Welcome back, everybody. This is Excel video 506. I'm Nate Moore. Playing more with referral data today. We're using CMS data in our example, but if you've got data inside your PM system and want to understand where your patients are coming from, I'd love to help you. We're going to play with filters today. It's down at the very bottom here, so let's scroll down a bit so you can see it. What we're going to do is look at some ways to filter the data that we're mapping, and we'll click that little button there, and we have options to add filters, and let's get started. As we add a filter, Excel is going to open up my field list here. I have this open for a reason. Obviously, you can exit and close it out, but give me a minute. We'll open that in a minute. What we're going to start with is, let's do referred by county. That's a field in my data. So if I click here, now, again, I've got to scroll down, and I've got a list of the counties that are in my fake data. So if I want to hold to Salt Lake County, I can click here and I'm filtered there. If I want to see Davis County instead of Salt Lake County, that's north. If I want to see Salt Lake and Utah counties, those are the two southern ones. You're familiar with this by now. We check the box and manually filter whatever we want to see, and we can turn them all on, turn them all off. That's an easy thing to filter. These buttons here control the filter. This is going to delete the filter altogether. Let's put Davis and Weber counties, the two northern counties. I could clear it instead of delete it here. This is an advanced filter. And what we could do there is, here's a group of options. A bit hard to see on my screen. Let's see if I can make it. There we go. Contains, does not contain, starts with, doesn't start with. Things you're familiar, other Excel filtering options. You can do this, and the interesting thing here is you can do and or, and you can build that filter as you go. So you say, give me everything that's not blank, or that starts with this zip code or that zip code, or whatever you wanted to see. You can filter there, and that's all pretty straightforward to build a filter. Just for fun, let's go back here, and we'll filter and get the two northern counties. So there's Davis and Weber County. I can scroll down so you can see it, and I've got that filter there, and I'm done. So what I'm going to do is scroll so you can see a bit. I've got my filter here, referred by county, and it's filtered. The reason I left this up is because I could do a similar kind of filter by dragging and dropping. So I've got different filters here. Let's say I'm graphing the number of patients who weren't referred to me. Let's drag that down. And you see I can drag it here, and I can drag a filter in there. Now I have a number here. The interesting thing here is you can change the aggregation. What Excel will do, and again, that's small down at the bottom, but you can take average, max, min, that kind of thing. But here's the thing that I think you'd be interested in. You can count distinct in 3D maps now. Something that's you have to have PowerPivot to do in a pivot table, you can now do in 3D maps. So if I want, distinct amounts of not referred, or I could do, let's do something, let's kill this, and I will do, let's do referred by. If I drag this filter down, now what I can do is there's all my referrals, and now I'll click on the little aggregation thing. Here, because I have names, I can't take max and min and sum like I could before, but what I can do is, again, I could count distinct. And so I have my different referrals here. Each of these zip codes has up to 5 different referring physicians in my data. So I could grab it that way, or I could look at referred to and do the same thing. This time I've got a larger list, so if I count distinct here, I have at least 19 referring physicians in here, but I say, hey, I only want at least 60 referring physicians. There's my chart, and I can filter as I go because I'm filtering. Now let's go down to 30. 31 is good enough for me, and then I can come over here and clear this filter, and now I can see everybody that has more than 31 different referred physicians, people who got the referral, by county, and you can map and filter. Again, you can delete, you can clear, you can do advanced filters, but the interesting thing I think is you can aggregate, and you can get count not blank and count distinct. They're all filter options, and they're all available inside 3D maps. That's what I wanted to show you today. There's a bunch more. We're just barely getting started with 3D maps, and I'll have more features and more tips and tricks for you in the next Excel video. Thanks for watching.